everyone, my name is Marina and welcome to the Strawberry Patches episode. Next episode, 48 I think. And this is a podcast all about knitting and crocheting and spinning and dyeing yarn and all the fibery goodness. Today I'm here with you in wonderful Auckland, New Zealand with my daughter Lydia. Lydia, say hi! Hi! And we came to see our very good friends here at the New Zealand Fabrics and Yarn store. Bye for this day. And I want to take you with me, and after that when I get home I'm going to show you what I've been up to in this past month that I haven't seen you. I have lots of fun projects to show you and some baby knits. I would be so scary doing that, but she's not. Let's go. Hi everyone, this is my really lovely friend Cher, and she has her own podcast that I keep talking about.
Yeah, one day I'll do some more podcasts. But
oh yes, we're looking forward to that. Yes. So what are you doing today?
We're teaching crochet today. So Book Rat has come out for an outing because seriously, how
so
cute is that?
It is cute.
Customer came in, made one of these. Of course, I had to go home and I spent all weekend crocheting at Book Rat.
It is so awesome.
And also we've got this is made out of Arne and Carlos's sock yarn. And then we've got some freeform crochet.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I took that class from you.
Yeah. So freeform.
Awesome.
Yeah. All the blend.
Oh my god.
And I have this crochet pattern as well, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. And this is made by my friend Petra.
Oh my.
She knew I would totally love it.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's all the amazing things you can do with crochet. So we've got some new devotees about to learn today.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, good luck. Have fun.
See ya. Ka kite anō.
Yeah, bye. Hey, as you know, I've started my spinning adventure in New Zealand here, starting from this wonderful shop, and I want to show it to you and all the new things that are in the store. This lovely bear was made from the Christmas fabric, and here's the new range of the Christmas fabrics. Oh my god, check it out. Now is the time to start working on all your Christmas project, isn't it? So if you want to come and grab some awesome fabric, you have to visit this store. You absolutely have to. Look at these. Oh. Let's see what else is in here while Lydia is busy. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing one of the scarves that the yarn that I bought here. The Touch Possum. Oh, I think this is it? No?
So we have a nice range of variegated 8-plies, which we were a little short of. We have a gorgeous range of organic Romney and Merino, and this is from the biggest organic sheep station on the South Island. And it's absolutely stunning. Feel how that feels. That's how it feels. There you go. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
And then I have a gorgeous alpaca blend. Yes. Feel that. It's a 12-ply. And look what Cher made in only 4 days.
What?
Yes.
Oh my god, 4 days?
4 days.
From this alpaca?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She actually did a series of videos. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4.
How did I miss that?
I don't know. It's on her Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook.
Are you an Instagram girl?
Yeah, but I usually watch YouTube. I should check out the Facebook stuff.
Yes. So that is, I think she did 6 balls of the blue, and then 1 ball of the cherry, and 1 ball of the chartreuse. It's a gorgeous.
It's not. I would think for a piece like that you would need more yarn, but no.
Well, it's 12-ply.
Awesome. Oh, it feels really nice.
It does. It feels really gorgeous.
Wow.
And then we have coming in, Ashford has replaced this range. And we should have it in on about Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that'll be exciting.
Look at those colors. Oh, baby colors.
And then we have increased our acrylic range by a lot because there's a lot of vegans. And so we've got some beautiful multicolor acrylics.
Oh my god.
That's an 8-ply. And it goes with others of these down here.
Oh yeah.
So I chose the multicolors to go with the solids.
That's very clever.
And then after the first week of September, we have 2 huge ranges of cotton coming in.
Oh
So we're getting ready for summer.
Yeah.
We have a new range of the Knit Pros, and they're interchangeable with the wood and the aluminium and the acrylic and the carbon ranges. So these are called Smart Sticks, and they're really neat because that's 2 centimeters. So, yeah. And they come with pretty new cables that are also marked 2 centimeters. Let's see if I can. So I don't know if you can see those little silver dots. Yeah. So we're really excited, and I'm the only person distributing these so far.
Cool. Do you have the cubic ones?
Don't have the cubics.
Oh, you have to get them. And I'll be the first to buy it.
I was going to say, if you want a special order some, I can show you the book.
Sure.
But I actually tried carrying a whole range of those about 5 years ago, and nobody bought them.
Now is a trend.
Yeah, it is kind of a trend, isn't it? I'll show you the book when you're done
filming.
Yeah, filming.
So yes, for those of you who love sewing as well as knitting.
Special range. That what happened is people kept coming in and saying, I want a thimble, and I'd show them the thimbles, and they'd be like, no, I need a New Zealand thimble. And I finally talked to someone, and they said, oh, it's a souvenir for my aunt that collects thimbles.
Yeah.
So I actually have a artist that I found who makes those especially for this store.
Oh, that's lovely.
So as far as I know, they're the only thimbles available.
Cool. Oh, these buttons I used, they're so cool with the fern.
Yeah. All the New Zealand goodies.
Yes.
And we have some new haberdashery items, like we have little sewing storage pockets right here. Storage sewing pockets. And we also have, I saw this in Japan.
Oh, this is so cool.
2 years ago, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And now I found it. So it's basically a lipstick container.
Cool. Oh, it's so clever.
So that's a fun one. Cheryl loves these. She's been selling them to everyone.
Oh, yes. Wow. Who made this bird?
Me!
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then either Cher or Junka sewed it up finally. Because I had made all the pieces, all the bits and pieces. And one of them said to me, how come we don't have a sample of this? And I'm like, I want to get around to sewing them up. So I kept them through. One of them just took it off to me and sewed it up. It only took about 30 minutes, which is quite embarrassing. Because I already had put together everything. Like I'd stuffed them and I'd sewn up the seams on everything. I just had never done the final.
You just need
Yeah,
some magic touch.
yeah.
Oh. Are these from Japan?
That's our Japanese range. And they're really playful. This is a cute one.
It is.
I actually made a storage bag out of it. And here's the funny thing. I was on the bus one day and I started laughing and the lady looked at me like I was nuts because I suddenly saw a shark.
I feel sorry I'm not sewing anymore, but if I was, I'd be here.
Well, you know something I've seen is I tend to go in 5-year cycles or 10-year cycles.
Yes.
Like I didn't quilt for like 10 years in a row, and then all of a sudden I started quilting again.
I think this is gonna, oh my god, happen. Especially when I see something like this.
Yeah. This is a cute one. This is
Red Riding Hood?
Red Riding Hood, yes. Very good.
My daughter's favorite fairy tale. She keeps saying skaska, skaska. It's just like fairy tale in Russian.
Is it a Russian fairy tale also?
Oh, it's translated, you know?
Because I think that there's a play, isn't there? Peter and the Wolf, isn't that a Russian play or a ballet or something?
I have no idea about that.
Hi. Good, good. How are you? Anything I can help you find today?
And this different fabrics. Da. Da. Hello again everyone, and welcome to my home where I will be talking to you all about my hand-dyed yarns, hand knits, some baby knits, and I'm so happy that you're here with me. Thank you very much for subscribing and following. It has been so amazing to get so many of you join our little chat group and to seeing all of your lovely comments and reading them and participating in the discussion. I always try to answer all the comments, and this makes this whole thing a more lively dialogue. If you are new, let me introduce myself briefly. My name is Marina. I'm a Russian girl living and knitting in New Zealand, and I have traveled quite a bit, and I have a little bit of that about that from the first two episodes when I was living in Turkey, and then I moved to Bali, and then I came here, and all of my knitting adventures continue here. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. It's so lovely to see you, and I'm so happy to have so many of you join our little group and getting so many positive feedback from you guys. This is awesome. How have you been? How's life treating you? We are so lucky here in New Zealand that the lockdown finished and everybody's walking around. Pretty much the life is back to normal. You don't see many people wearing masks anymore, and there aren't many. I am actually not aware. I don't even follow anymore if there are any cases, and as far as I know, the rest of the world is not as lucky, and I hope that you and your loved ones and the people that you are with are safe and healthy, and I hope you're all well and that you find peace in the craft that we're making. So let's talk about that. As you can see, I'm wearing something new that I didn't even cast on last time we were talking. Yeah, let's talk about that. The finished objects. This is my Floozy Too. About a year ago, I think, I've knitted myself a Floozy cardigan, which is the same beautiful yoke, only it's a cardigan, and I used similar colors. My husband even said, don't you have already something like that? I said, yes, but it's a different gray, right? So that one is dark gray with white and a pop of gold, and this one, as you can see, is a light gray. I am so happy with the fit. I was a bit worried about how it's going to fit because my gauge was 1 stitch off. So I'm a very loose knitter, and normally I go down a whole needle size down to match the gauge, but this time I just thought I'm not gonna knit on 2.5 millimeters to meet the gauge. I just decided to go up, to go down a size, and the result is awesome. I'm really happy. I followed the pattern, and I have to say that the sleeves are amazing in this pattern. Look at that. They're fitting perfectly, and it's just awesome. This is the yarn that I dyed myself, this pink and this gray, and I was so lucky in the previous projects without alternating the skeins that I wanted to do the same here, and I shouldn't have. As you can see, there's a line, which I don't mind. This is my project and my design. And the best thing is you can't even tell where I changed the skeins. Can you? Can you? Can you? I think it was here, but you can barely see it really. So this is a merino yarn that I dyed, and it fluffed up so well. Look at the halo. Oh, look at this. I love looking at it. And look at the gorgeous decreases. And I mastered, what do you call it? Picking up stitches in a way, especially here, like I do an SSK here, to make sure I don't have any gaping holes, which I had in the previous cardigan and I didn't like. And then I saw this one tutorial that I really liked. And one modification that I did in this pattern was I knew that I need more fabric on this side rather than the back. So I moved, when I divided the sleeves, first of all, I divided and then I tried it on. I said, no, probably I should have more fabric here. So I think I moved 8 stitches towards the back. So when I divided the yoke into sleeves and everything, I put the sleeves sleeve stitches a bit to the back, and this gave me more room here, and I'm very happy about that. I think this is a tip to do if you have a bit of a bust, which, yeah, as a feeding mother, I used to have even bigger bust, but yeah, I am very, very happy. It took me exactly 3 weeks from one Saturday to the other. And I have to say, bravo, Libby, you did it again. This is an amazing pattern that once it's finished, you want to cast on the next one. The only problem I have, I don't know what colors, because having the gray as the base, which are both of my Floozies, is very versatile. It's very easy to pair with, like, you know, gray jeans or blue jeans or whatever. But I don't need another gray Floozy. I need some ideas for the next colors. And as soon as I finished, I wanted to make a cardigan. Remember, like I told you last time, I don't want to knit with thin yarn. Well, this is 4-ply, and it still was fast. Maybe it's me, maybe it's my loose gauge or my type of knitting, I don't know what, but it just was fast. And it's plain stockinette in the brown, so it's really cool when you're watching the movies, which I haven't really been watching much. But yes, I love it. Oh yes, another thing that I finished. So my friend, another friend of mine, he's going to have a baby soon. I'm surrounded by moms that are becoming moms again. So I finished this baby hat. And this is the pattern by Mariana. I will have all the links down in the description box. Please go there and check it out. This is a very, very nice pattern, which is free. And this is the hat that I finished, but I wasn't sure what wool it is. And before I blocked it, it was a bit, not scratchy, but maybe not as soft as it could have been. So I had this merino as well, and I made, so this one, I made 4 repeats of this pattern, and this one, oh sorry, this is 4 repeats, this is probably 5. Anyways, I made too many repeats here, which if you fold the hem is actually the right size. But I wanted to make another hat because I have more of this. And I made matching booties. I don't think they need blocking, do they? They are so cute. I wish I knew how to make such cute things when I was pregnant with Lydia, because I would have made her this adorable little booties as well. And with this hat, so here, this was the first one, and I was lazy and I didn't really do the I-cord here. But here I decided to make it super pretty, and I did this lovely, lovely, I don't know how it's called. I don't remember where I learned it, but I did, and I'm really happy with it. This is the 4-ply held double, but for these I just did 1 strand of 4-ply. And I cannot wait the little miss who will be born in September wearing it. She's gonna look so cute. And I don't remember when, but I showed you that I cast on this little dahlia number 6, I think. a while ago, and I actually made it for my future baby, which I don't have yet, but ta-da! I love playing with color, as you know already, and this was so easy to make because this is the smallest size. And forgive me, I blocked it, but I didn't do this button yet. I still have to weave in the ends and everything, but I just wanted, it's actually still wet, but I just wanted to show it to you and ask you, do you think it's too colorful or is it fine? I just like seeing my daughter in that bright little dahlia, the first one that I made. She's very easy to spot among other kids, which is very handy when she's in the mall running. So obviously the owner of this wouldn't be running yet because this is size 6 months, but I still think it's pretty cute. And I have cast on little dahlia number 7. I know, I just love this pattern. I cannot help it. And I have a friend whose daughter will be 2 soon, and she's a very good friend of mine. So I decided that they go to kindy together. So I thought how cute it would be to see both of them in the vests. I'm using this merino soft, and the other one is also merino. This wool, which I don't know if you're interested, it's all in my project page, but I think what's more interesting is to see the yoke forming, and I did this in maybe 2 days. I just love this pattern. I have a question for you. Is there any pattern that you've done more than 2 of? Like this is the 7th one I'm making. This is dahlia number 7, and I'm running out of names for them. I'm just gonna do like dahlia 7, dahlia 8, dahlia 9. And since her baby is 2, but she's very tall, much taller, very tall for her age, so I'm making size 3-4. And I'm starting to get worried that it's a little bit wide. But I know with these vests, they can be worn in 2 seasons. I mean, the vest that I made for Lydia, she's still wearing it, and it's the 2nd winter she's wearing it. So I could not recommend this pattern more. If you have little ones in your life, especially girls, adorable. And it's charted, which I love. I had trouble with this little hat because it's not charted, it's written instruction. And some people have different idea of how to write SSK in the pattern. Some of them just write SSK, and that means that knit 1, skip 1. And the others write knit 1 and then skip 1 and whatever. And at first I thought that I knit 1 and then do the SSK. Anyways, I love charts. So this is my first whip. The second whip is, remember I told you about this fluffy yarn that I got from a friend of mine? This viscose and cotton one. Absolutely fabulous. So this is how far along with the cardigan that I'm making for Lydia for spring. Haven't touched it much because I was busy with the Floozy and the baby knits. I decided not to do it in pieces, but in one piece. That is why it's like this. And I have already separated for the front and back. And once I do the decreases here for the sleeves, I will then make the sleeves, attach them, and do the round yoke in a similar fluffy yarn, but a different color. Yep, this is half finished actually. So cute. Look at that fluff. Look at that fluff. I'm loving my camera as well. It's really showing off everything beautifully. Oh, I wish you could touch it. It's absolutely fantastic. Another fantastic to touch project that I have is made with that mohair that I showed you last time. I paired it, so I made a ball and I paired it with some alpaca sock that I had in my stash. This is 50 gram, this is 100 gram. And I made a few swatches and I really liked my idea. So remember the shawl that I advised you, the free pattern called the Bluten Mare shawl, the Sea of Flowers. So here is my take on it. I'm modifying it a lot and it's not really meant to be with, oh no, I'm in the middle of the row, obviously. Wow. it's very hard to show, but so this light like a feather part is all mohair, and it weighs nothing. It really is amazing. I've never knit with mohair like this before, and I'm absolutely loving it. And this part is with that really thin fingering, and the stitch is called flowers in a row, or just flowers. I think if you just search it on YouTube, there's plenty of tutorials. Oh, I don't know if I should, maybe like that shows better. Yeah, like that. So yeah, I didn't work much on this because it's very thin yarn, and I have to work on 4.5 millimeter, which even decay I work on maybe 375. So the stitches are really, really loose, but because of all the air, because of mohair, it's actually nice. I think it's gonna be a lovely shawl. I don't know how to block it though. Have you ever blocked a mohair shawl? Like, do you have any tips for me? I would really appreciate that. So that's as far as my whips go. I have some other things that I want to show you, but first of all, how about we take a tour? Or have I already showed it to you? We take a tour into one of the other New Zealand shops that I absolutely love. It's called the New Zealand Fabrics and Yarn, and this is the place where I met my friend Cher, who has taught me so much and inspired me, and she has a podcast. Was it hard to make?
Easy to make. I did it on a 25mm hook, and each circle square thing took a boat ride.
About
45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So it was a good commute knit because you took one ball and it was done.
Awesome. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Lydia, you like it? She's hungry. Went there to give Cher the spinning wheel that I borrowed from her. She was so kind. She lended it to me, and I have spun some because it was on the bobbins and I haven't really touched it. And then when she said she wanted the wheel, I had to quickly, and here it is. Oh, it looks a bit messy probably because my daughter was jumping in the box where I keep all the woolies. She loves it. Actually, I want to show you how much she loves it. Here is the video. Вот это тебе нравится? Да. Да? Хорошо. Теперь из этого сделаем что-нибудь.
Апельсинки.
Ой, это понятно. Апельсинки. Да, зеленый. Спасибо. Я сейчас еще такой крашу. Угу.
Все.
Все, положила на место. А еще вот, смотри, какой красивый. Вот.
Вот это.
Вот это? Еще? Еще какой тебе нравится? Покажи маме, какой тебе нравится еще.
Апельсин.
Да, апельсиновый. So yeah, I have spun up this gorgeous corridor. And while we're in our subject of spinning, I want to say a big thank you to Bridget, who is the podcaster of Alpacadelphia. Thank you very much for your shout out. I was so humbled by your warm words and all the followers that came to visit the channel. Oh, I love your spinning and your chain plying and the whole podcast and this energy that you have. Absolutely adorable. This is so great that I get to see what you're doing, although we are in different parts of the world. This is crazy. So yes, I have plied this wool, and while I was plying it, I noticed that some of it is really thin and some is really thick. I mean, maybe here you can tell, but this is my one of my first spinning things that I actually am going to make a garment of. See how some is really thin? At least it's not overspun this time. And some is much thicker, and you can tell that this skein is much thinner. And then I think this one is more like DK weight. So I'm curious now about how on earth I'm going to make it into a garment without, like, how am I supposed to measure the gauge of this? How? Obviously it's going to be so many stitches in one point, and then when the yarn changes a different number of stitches. I mean, I don't want to make a shawl of it. I want it to be a sweater or a cardigan. Maybe I should make a cardigan, at least then I can, you know, yeah, something loose probably. I have a suggestion a friend of mine did. It was to make one row from one skein, one row for the other. At least that will balance it a little bit more. We shall see. Сесть надо? Да. Сесть. Что будем делать?
Аки.
Что это?
Аки.
Что это?
Аки.
Крутить надо?
Давай.
Да? Крутить? Давай. Крутить надо, да?
Давай.
Давай. Давай, мама будет крутить. Давай. Крутить. Вот так? Вот так? Вот так? So yeah, this was my bit of spinning, and I don't know when I will do more spinning these days. I'm very busy with this. I really want to talk to you about it, and let's start. This is all that I've done in the past month, I think, that I haven't recorded. So let's see, what should I start with? First of all, I started off this gorgeous blues, which remind me of the gel porcelain, which is a Russian traditional way of decorating porcelain with just blue color, but it can be dark blue, light blue, all the shades of blue, and this is the same thing happening here. I love it, and I am planning to make more of this colorway. I actually have, I think, one skein from the previous that I probably showed you before, and if I have enough, I'm planning to make a sweater, but since it's DK, I have to dye quite a lot of these. The next thing I experimented was this. So I was still using that blue, but I decided to add a little bit of spearmint. And this is the 4-ply, and this is DK weight as well. And the funny thing is, I think my daughter really loves this skein, this color. She keeps taking it out of the pile and giving it to me. And when I ask her, do you like it? She keeps saying, yep, which is not always the case. So yeah, these two I think would be a nice fade as well. And I really just need to make already something with this gorgeous colorway. So this, okay, it doesn't matter if I go in chronological order, I think, because it doesn't matter. Let me go in color order. So this is my hyacinth. Oh, a purple flower. I forgot how you pronounce that word. Anyways, they will all have some beautiful names once I dye enough of them to go in the shop. But I actually kind of am tempted to keep that for myself, because look at that. This is 4-ply. It's a superwash merino 4-ply, and I'm not sure if it has nylon, probably not. So I just played around, and these 3 skeins are like a nice fade with darker at the top and lighter at the bottom. They look much redder on the camera. Actually, they're a bit more muted, but look at that. All of these colors are in here. The pink, the purple, and a little bit of green. I'm really, really pleased with how this, well, you know me, I love purples, so I'm really tempted. I was thinking that this could be the next color of for my sweater, but no. I decided last night when I was lying in bed, waiting for my daughter to go to sleep. How do you make a baby sleep if, yeah, anyways, I just think about yarn. That helps me. So I had this really, like, actually this color, spearmint, that I dyed for a sweater, but I just don't see myself wearing such bright colors. So I over dyed it with some kind of blue gray, and I did it in different like a gradient as well. As you can tell, they're a little bit different, all of them. Actually, I already had this in the bowl and I had to wind it up again because I understood that I'm not gonna knit it up, and this stayed in a 200 gram hank. That's why it's, I mean, I used the same amount of dye, but obviously here it wasn't enough to make it all darker. But I like how it's now a fade, and I know that this is a 400 gram DK weight yarn, all in sort of similar. And I think this could be my colors. I want to pair it with this, if I dye some more of that, the blue gray one, to make it a nice fade. And oh yes, so if you are a subscriber to Andrea Maury's newsletter, you know that it's her birthday and she's giving everyone a huge discount, and it's awesome. I bought like 7 patterns of hers, and I'm thinking of making this one into Fade Neve, which is a yoked sweater with some bubbles, and it's a nice fade, and this is what I'm thinking of doing here. So I think maybe darker here and then going to lighter, or maybe the opposite, maybe go light and then to dark. What do you think? Light dark or dark light? I don't know, we will see, but I'm really excited. And it is a DK weight yoked sweater. How fast, probably next time I see you it's gonna be knitted up, I hope. And then the greens and purples and blues are finished. Now we're going to the warm palette. Oh yeah, except for these minis there, I was trying out some new colors that I arrived from the States. And I have some minis here, which I think look so lovely together. And even with these grays, wouldn't it be amazing pop of color for a shawl or a sweater? I think that would be awesome. I should probably do this mini sets because this is the trend these days, right? I am just learning, and I don't know, I think these look awesome. This is my daughter's favorite, and it's sort of like an orangey one, but not quite. And these are the 2 different pinks. It's very hard to show on the camera what they're actually like, but I think they're all delicious. Absolutely. And I was playing with more warm tones and I came up with these. This is a nice, not as red as the camera shows, it's more of a toned plum, I think. And this is all a set. It's like a fade, and I absolutely love this peachy color, but I don't really see myself in it. Let me know what you think. Maybe you think it looks gorgeous, but I think, could it be more perfect for a shawl, a wonderful shawl, or a sweater? I plan to dye more of this, and I'm going to definitely put it in the shop. My husband is amazing, as I have keep telling you, but he told me that he will make Strawberry Patches Yarns shop, so I can put all of these things online. And if any of you would like to support me or just treat yourself to some gorgeous, lovely fade, yeah, you will be able to do that there. For the moment, all of the available skeins are going to be in my Instagram shop, which is Strawberry Patches, like the name of this podcast on Instagram. And I try to pop in a few videos here and there about how the dyeing is happening. But yeah, here is what I've been dyeing up so far, and there's another skein that's drying up. Actually, it's not drying even yet, it's still in the soaking. And yeah, I'll probably show it to you next time. I cannot wait to play more with colors and dye up more and actually knit something with some of my yarn. And I want to show you a little sample that my first customer and friend, she's knitted a scarf. And she was so lovely that she took a nice picture of it, and here it is. This is how my hand-dyed yarn knits up. I'm so excited to see how it knits up. It's amazing, it's really awesome. This is hand-dyed as well, but I did it, like, obviously it's just one color, so you can't really see. And that one is speckly, so it was interesting to see. Okay, yes, another little segment today that I wanted to show you was last week on Wednesday. There was a spin-in, which is a gathering of all the crafty people here in Auckland, from all parts of Auckland, and we all came to this community center to share all the projects that we've been working on during the lockdown. And also there were some really nice craft shops, like this little soap stand and the fiber to go and the carded fleeces and some more Roxy yarns, I think, as well as some plants and more stuff for crafters. And there was a raffle with amazing prizes and all these wonderful people. And of course I went there and I showed off my sweaters that I've been making during these times. This wasn't finished yet, so I've been working on it while watching all the other beautiful projects that I'm going just to do a slide here. And all the shawls and these amazing intricate designs that people made were amazing. It was so eye-opening actually to see how many different techniques not techniques, but how many different things people work on. It's not just sweaters and shawls, and there are other things that I loved. So here's just a little clip. And since we didn't have our Wool Fest, it was cancelled, it was really nice to have this little event, to see that many crafty people who came to share their passion and to, sit together, chat about this and that, and maybe exchange some pattern ideas or some stories about what they've been knitting and everything. I was sitting next to a lady who made this really awesome sleeping bag for her grandchild with some astounding color work. It was amazing. Oh, so nice. We're so lucky that we get to enjoy our fiber community not only online. I noticed that many of the podcasters, like in America and Europe, are mentioning that they can't really go to any events because they've been cancelled, and there are some still they're scared of getting out of the house. And I understand that. We would probably be too if the situation was different, but we're lucky, truly are. And I'm so grateful to our administration and the government who have kept us healthy so far. So good. The last thing I wanted, not last, but almost last, I wanted to recommend a few podcasts that I have recently been watching. I have been watching lots of Christy Glass, but I think everybody knows her because she's so popular and she's like everywhere. and but there are some new podcasts that probably you wouldn't have heard of. One of them is by Camilla, who is from Sweden, and she's a lovely teacher. I noticed this tendency. There are a few English teachers who are also knitters and podcasters, which is just like me. I used to be a teacher. So Camilla is a designer as well, and I found her, I don't remember from where, but she was wearing this beautiful, gorgeous sweater that she designed called the Cactus Flower, and I am going to make this as soon as I find the right yarn. It's gorgeous, but it's gorgeous because of the design. It's a yoke sweater with a line here, and I thought about making it just DK weight because it calls for 2 strands, fingering and mohair, but I thought no, I want that fuzzy feeling of mohair. I really want a project with mohair. It's just I cannot really, I should probably not get one now, money wise. It's a bit expensive. So as soon as I get my hands on some mohair, I will definitely make that sweater. So Camilla is absolutely nice and warm and funny, and she has this beautiful design ideas, and she's making this unboxing of the sock club that she's joined. It's really nice, and she only has like 7, I think, podcast episodes, and I think you would really enjoy watching her. So I would love it if you go over there and give her some love. Another knitter podcaster that I think she's just had her 4, maybe 3 episodes, I'm not sure. It's a podcast called Knitrovert by Janige. It's a, I will write down, the name is a bit out of my comfort zone in pronunciation. I normally love pronouncing the foreign words, but this one is something else. I have no idea how to pronounce it. And this young lady, she's also from Europe, and she has done quite well, and she has some really nice projects that she's working on, and it's a bit of a different podcast in terms of how do I say, like a different perspective. Like Camilla is very warm and very funny, and Janige, she's a programmer, and I can see totally because my husband is, and she's more, maybe not strict, I don't want to say that, but more focused, and maybe she's very technical, yeah, about the things that she's making. So still really, really nice and informative and inspiring podcast. And there's a third podcast that I want to talk about because I've been trying to find other dyers, and Kendra Makes by Kendra has really, really nice ideas and videos of, she makes these videos about how she spins yarn, for example, and makes a cardigan, or she dyes yarn especially for some project, and then she knits it up and she shows it in one video, which is really, really awesome to see how it all comes from yarn, winding it, dyeing it, and then knitting it into a project. It's really nice. So these are my 3 recommendations for you. I hope you will like watching some other lovely makers if you have time. And now to the questions. I actually have 2 questions for you. So the first one, I wanted to ask you, who's your favorite designer? And the second question is, what is your preferred weight of yarn? Because right now I'm thinking of ordering more base for my hand dyed yarn, and I'm wondering what people prefer, the light fingering or the DK weight, or maybe worsted, or maybe lace. But right now I want to carry only this 2, the 4-ply and 8-ply. And speaking of designers, I absolutely love 2 designers. I love others as well, and I want to try new ones, but these 2 are just my favorite right now. So one of them is Lene Samso, I think, the designer behind this lovely pattern, which I only made this pattern, but I made it 7 times. And the second one is, as you can guess, is Andrea Maury. I love her designs, her aesthetic, and the color choices that she makes. And now that I have a bunch of her designs, maybe like 12, I am making, the next one is definitely going to be by her. So I'm really keen to hear, what are your favorite designers? If you actually follow any designers, or you just pick a pattern without even caring about who designed it. Because what I found is that, for example, drops have a lot of free designs which are really nice, but their style of writing them is not as understandable and as detailed as, for example, Andrea Maury's. Libby Johnson as well has really nicely written instructions, and the idea that she puts a picture on a separate page, so if you print it out, you don't have to waste all that printer color, and you can just do the text. All of them are so thoughtful. Hochi Locatelli as well. Heidi Kermeyer, she has a different way of writing the pattern, but it's also very understandable and very user-friendly. Yeah, these are how many? 4 that I really enjoy the style of their writing the patterns, and I know that the pattern that I buy is going to be actually good fit and good instructions. But Andrea Maury is just my favorite right now. Although Floozies are another piece that makes me want to make more and more and more. I actually talked about the ideas for my next projects. I think, yes, I want to make the cactus flower sweater when I get my hands on the new mohair, and the fade neve, which I probably will cast on as soon as I'm finished with this little Dali number 7. I have to finish it before the birthday, obviously. That's why I'm in a hurry to do that. And after that, yeah, another DK weight sweater, yoked sweater, and let's see how much faster or slower it's going to be, because this one was slip stitch color work, which is very easy. You just carry one yarn, one color. And the fade neve that I'm going to make, although it's DK'd, has lots of bubbles. Lots of bubbles all over, even here on the sleeves, on the body. And that might slow me down a little bit. We shall see. So yeah, I want to give you a warm thank you and hug, and it's so nice to see you on this little space with me, chatting about all our crafty things and designs. And please leave me comments below. I love reading to them. I always answer to all of them. If you were inspired by any of the patterns, please go to my Ravelry page and see. And if you have any suggestions for new patterns that you absolutely love, I would love to hear about them as well. Thank you very much. Please stay safe and happy knitting. See you in the next episode. Bye. Up, up, up. Спит? Sleeping. Спит, да? Спит? Спит. И Мишка спит. Спит. Давай его укроем вот так. Оп, спит. Спит. Где лама? Тоже спит? Спит. Спит. Вот так спит. Спит. Давай, Лида, садись, тоже спит. Лида спит.